Hello, my name is Galadite74, and this is week 8 of the GBA. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the battle last week as we had Marcus fill in for us and he got us a W, which is very cool from him. This video is going up a bit late. I do apologize. I've been very sick the past 2 to 3 days. Still feel not great, but a lot better today. Enough to record this intro and team builder for you guys. But we have an exciting battle. We are facing Q the Costa Rican in a game that determines our playoffs bound. Basically, we need to win our last 3 games and potentially get more points. In the playoff standings, there's currently a gap where the top 7 teams have a lot of points, and then it just drops off a cliff. And we're kind of at the top of that bottom cliff, but again, there's such a big gap, it's going to be hard to come back on. But talking about Q for a second, Q is one of the homies, genuinely one of my favorite people in the community. I feel like I say that every week, but we just so happen to face J and Q back to back, at least I did, and those two are just some of my favorite people in the draft scene. A lot of lore, and Q recently hit 3K subs. He's been on the grind ever since Gen 9 came out. He's been really cracking out those videos, and especially since the DLC came out. So please go support him. He's cranking out really high quality content, and he is just up on the rise, and I really respect him for that. And just a great dude, you know? But I don't want to dilly-dally. My voice isn't really holding up, and I want to just get this team builder out of the way. Hopefully we can win. We do have a solid game plan. Let's get into this. First off, we do have Salazzle. This is going to be a choice specs breaker. Just dual stab Dragapults. The whole deal with the set is that his best switch-ins to Salazzle are his top mons, Dragapult, Iron Moth. Now you're thinking, why would I bring this as my breaker? Well, if he uses one of those two as the switch-in early game, that means it softens him up for late game, which I do have 2 cleaners meant to deal with the rest of Q's team. One of them's not great against Pult, one of them's not great against Moth, so whatever one I'm able to chip down, then the other one, it'll go ham, you know? That's the whole point of Salazzle. It's to break early. Has a decent speed tier too, so he does have trouble dancing around my stabs if he doesn't use these 2 as my switch-in. And I also have Dragapults as a mid-ground play. Max Caliber is next. This is our Assault Vest user. This is going to be like a mid to late game type of mon. It's always meant to take a hit from a booster energied Iron Moth, which could be a late game threat. Q's biggest kill threats, I keep mentioning them, Dragapult and Iron Moth, have the most kills on his team by like a mile. So being able to take a hit from the Iron Moth and having Ice Shard that does 1,000,000 to Dragapult is very nice for this matchup. And just dual stab with Earthquake is just handy in this game. He does have a Scizor, so we do have to be a little bit careful of that. But his team is pretty weak to ice, so this should help us out in that regard. Next up is going to be Colossal. It's second game of the season, first time I'm using it. Heavy duty boots with just hazard control. Originally I thought about bringing a Trick Room set, but in the end I did really like having hazards against this team because he hasn't brought Serena once, and Scizor as a defogger doesn't threaten me as much as like a breaker. So I feel like once I get rocks up, they should be there to stay. And having Rapid Spin for the rocks is going to be really nice if he brings Mesprit rocks. If he brings Hippo, it's a little bit more scuffed, but that's that. And then finally, it is a good defensive check to the Iron Moth, so hopefully we are able to do that. If Salazzle brings an Iron Moth as a switch-in, I can always go into Colossal early game, and it's not a problem. Grimmsnarl is next. This is the vice versa scenario. If he uses Dragapult as the switch-in to Salazzle, I will have Grimmsnarl here. This set, it does say Prankster, but turn 1, you guys might see that I might not have Prankster as my ability. Parting Shot, Spirit Break, Fire Punch, Sucker Punch. Just really nice coverage versus this team. I decided to go with Fire Punch because I do live a max attack Adamant Bullet Punch from full. Obviously that's not a scenario I want to be in, but it is one regardless. Parting Shot, I do feel confident that he's going to bring Infiltrator, a Dragapult, just because I could be Scream's Grimmsnarl. It's pretty solid versus his team otherwise, so Parting Shot was nice for some momentum. And I do have the Spirit Break over the Dark Stab just because Iron Hands is a problem for my team. Something I haven't quite acknowledged yet in this team builder is that Iron Hands blows back my team. So hopefully it switches into a like random Salazzle hit. Even if it's Assault Vest, they'll do like a solid 40%. Parting Shotting on it, lowering its attacking stats, make it less of a threat. Quackable is 5th. I wasn't quite sure what to do with this set, and then I talked to Marcus about it. Every week Marcus has at least one set input, and this is his set input. It wasn't like much, we just had like a really like yeah, 3-message back and forth thing. Bulk up, dual stab, acros for the Tauros, and a way to hit the Dragapult. I like the idea of having a really, really strong move that's also neutral for the Dragapult as well. I do need +2 to outspeed Dragapult, but at +1 I do outspeed everything else. So forcing that thing in, or just anything else, he might not even risk it, is going to be brilliant for me. This is one of my late game cleaners, so hopefully if we can chip down the Pult, Quackable kind of goes crazy in the end game. And then vice versa, we have our Calm Mind Sylveon with some wacky EVs. This is if we chip down the Iron Bolt a bit early game, then Sylveon is looking very strong for the end game. There is also a Scizor there, which we do have to be a little bit weary about. However, Scizor, without having Roost, I assume it's going to be more offensive. So +1 Hyper Voices is going to be doing quite a bit. Though I do not really want to take a Bullet Punch, so getting rid of it is ideal. The only issue with this Sylveon set, besides those threats I mentioned, is that I don't have an Iron Hand switch in. My Tauros switch in isn't amazing, so Sylveon might have to be used for that, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I do still have other endgame options, like the Quackable, like the Backs, and hopefully it'll be all good. And that's going to wrap it up for the team builder. Before we get into the battle, I want to mention that you will be getting Marcus next week again, which is pretty exciting stuff. I know you guys like a little bit more of the wacky sets, and maybe the final week. We'll see though, we're not sure about that yet. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Hello YouTube, here we are for GBA Week 8. Hopefully you guys enjoyed last week. I'm not sure what these introductions or these videos are going to look like, but for reference, Marcus did last week's battle, and I haven't quite got to watch it yet. I'm actually editing that like right after this game versus Q, which you guys are watching now, which is always sick. Speaking of which, facing Q, another great homie of mine. Make sure to go check him out. We're gonna leave with Grimmsnarl here. I'm gonna let you guys know, kind of like the past like 2 or 3 games, I haven't really had the time to frankly like team build. So like I have a game plan here, right? But I don't really have a set in stone. I don't know the calcs, and I don't know like the matchups as well as I would like. But I do love Grimmsnarl's ability to pivot around this team. So we're gonna start off with Grimmsnarl. Again, go like a fun to my opponent. It's so bad that I don't even have like notes written down for like certain things. So that is something I have to be really, really weary about. But, you know, the bare minimum, having at least a game plan is something, you know? So we just hope. They lead Mesper, I lead Grimmsnarl, that's a good lead for me. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to Frisk and find out that I'm not Prankster, which I was supposed to be. What? It says Prankster on my team builder, everything says Prankster. We're off to a great start already. Well, Prankster was a really big part of this, so this game's already screwed. I didn't even see what he had. Anyway, I think I'm going to Parting Shot anyway. Maybe I'll Spirit Break. Spirit Break's kind of free, but I think the ability just to pivot around this team is kind of nice. You know, let me hit this thing first. They get Soft Rock up. Okay. So I'm glad I hit this. I don't have a Dark move, which kind of sucks, but I'm sure he's just willing to just get his rocks up and all that good jazz. So I get Spirit Break off. It doesn't really do a crazy ton. It does like 25%. It's leftovers. Okay, I thought I saw leftovers, but I wasn't like positive I saw leftovers. So this is looking rather defensive. Definitely at least max HP. So at least with this scenario, I kind of get a slow pivot off on this guy, which is kind of cool, I guess. So I guess I'll do that. Why not, right? Let's see what my opponent Q wants to do here. Why am I Frisk? I had Prankster on the calc. I had Prankster when I did the breeding. Yes, breeding, because, you know. The set looks right. But again, I was rushing a lot the past half hour to get this game in, so I didn't really double check things. So it is on me. I would like rocks on their side. Okay, Parting Shot out, so we will get the momentum here. What is my opponent going to go out into? Taj Gibson. That is going to be the Tauros. Okay. Intimidate to me, that's whatever. I'm going to get on out of here. Do I go into the Sylveon? I kind of want to. There's... I can't go Colossal. That's one thing we can't do. I don't think
pulling the trigger on Quackable now seems like a terrible throw. So I think I'll just go Sylveon. Let me see if Salazzle kills this. I want to say no. It's a roll, and it's not... If he's got any investment, it's not in my favor. So I think Sylveon's just the best play here. And I can get a Hyper Voice off. Scissor's going to come out afterwards, probably, because it's his resist. I guess Iron Moth could also come out. Let's see. Get my leftovers. They know I'm leftovers. That's fine. Max attack Tauros does not two-shot me, even after rocks. So part of me wants to just Calm Mind here, but again, with the Scizor just being there, I'm not quite sure how much I like that. Let me see how much my Sylveon's doing to his Scizor. That's like 30%. That's like decent chip. So I think I just want to go for the Hyper Voice raw. Because again, the only switch in is Scizor and Moth, and both of them are good. Colossal can pivot around. So I'll Hyper Voice. I could even Protect too, to see what my opponent wants to do. They go into Ursaring. Okay, so we'll see how much this does. Oh, he's got the hands out. That's a decent chunk. All things considered, that did like 30-ish%, maybe a little bit more. And I'm back to full health. This is definitely a Violite. Ursaring. Okay, so you're like max HP of Violite, maybe with some Spadef, maybe a little bit Spadef. I could have got a high roll there. What's the... I don't see an issue in just Calm Minding here. I don't think this guy can really do all that much to me. Body Slam will kind of hurt, but not really. So I think I can just Calm Mind here once and see where I want to go with this. I didn't really plan on using Sylveon as a breaker, but I guess we could use this opportunity to do that. Yeah. He Swords Dances. Okay, that's a little scary. And he's faster than me. That's actually good to know that he's faster. He's got some speed in him then. Ooh. Okay, Swords Dancing Ursaring is scary. If he's non-invested, a +2 Body Slam never kills me. Do I want to take all this chip? I kind of don't care that much, since there's no Iron Hands. Iron Hands was a big problem for my team, and since that's not here, I'm not as concerned about it. He could be Double Edge, I guess. I think if he's just Body Slam, it's not a crazy big issue. I'm going to Hyper Voice and get some good chip here. Yeah. He is Body Slam. I should live this. If he's invested, no. No, he's not invested. I didn't think he would be. So this doesn't kill, but it does bring him down really, really low. So I get my leftovers. Now, I have a decision to make of whether I want to save this Sylveon or not. It's not... It was pretty nice in this game, admittedly, especially for stuff like the Pult, but I have ways to deal with that. Same with the Tauros. It was nice for that, but I think I can break through this team how it is. A part of me thinks he's also mono body press, my body slam, which makes me want to go Colossal, but I think Hyper Voicing is just a better play here. Yeah, he body slams. Okay, so I do die. I lose my Sylveon, but it could be a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse there. Now, what do I go into? This guy is relatively low. Does my backs... Oh, backs, there's rocks up, so I don't like that play as much. It's probably just going to be the Quackable. And I'm gonna just CC, I think. Yeah, let's go Quackable. If rocks went up, I think backs would have been a better play here. Stones don't matter. Can an Aqua Step knock this thing out from this range? If I Terra Water, the answer is definitely yes. Do I want to Terra Water right now? Not really. What's the point of saving my Terra? They keep rocks damage. CC's nice, but if Pult comes out, that's an issue. I guess if Pult comes out, I just go Grimmsnarl, right? So I think I just CC here. Yeah, I don't see a point. If he goes Pult hard, then he goes Pult hard. I could easily Aqua Step, though, or do some other shenanigans. I feel like Ursaring's kind of done his job for him, so I wouldn't be shocked if he just sacks it off. He could save it as a sack in the back. Again, I could very well see a Pult switch in, or even like a Mesprit switch in, because Mesprit looks pretty tanky. If the Mesprit comes out, I think I go Colossal. I need to get these rocks off the field. They are going to be really bad for my team. So he does switch out. Okay. I thought he would maybe sack that, but whatever. He just goes into the Mesprit. Okay, good play. SEC. That was quite a bit of damage. Was that a crit? No, that just did a lot. Yeah, that did like, okay. Let me see that. Because I think you're max HP. That might tell me that you're like Spadef, if that did that much. Yeah, that's not defensive. Yeah, that's definitely like max HP Spadef. Aqua Step will not kill even if I Terra, so I will switch out. I'm gonna go to Colossal here. I do need Colossal to like be here. A U-turn would be pretty not cool. Can't believe I'm Frisk. That's so annoying. But at least this way, I can potentially get some hazard control. If he does U-turn, that will kind of suck because Tauros could come out, and I don't have a Tauros switch in. Energy Ball. Okay, that's fine. I'm pretty Spadef on Colossal, so this won't really do anything. This camera angle. What is this? Okay. A Tauros comes out now. It's still going to be an issue regardless, no matter what. But at least, like, bare minimum, I get my rocks. Like, rocks are going to be gone. So I'm going to spin here, I think. Or do I just want to trade rocks? I feel like just getting spinning is going to be better for me. I feel like that's just beneficial. So we see Energy Ball, we saw rocks. I think that's all we saw so far on the Mesprit here. They did not U-turn earlier, so they might not even have it. Okay, they withdraw. If they go Ursaring, I might just stay in because I don't have a great. Okay, they do go Ursaring. They did show to have some speed in, so I'm not even sure that I'm gonna outspeed. I have no speed in my Colossal, but I'm not like minus speed nature. I think this guy outspeeds me still, which is quite annoying. Yeah, he does. That blows. Do I want to... I don't want to switch into this person, this Mon, which is an issue. Body Slam did quite a bit of damage. Swords Dance, Body Slam, you probably have Earthquake. Bax doesn't take all that much. Brimstone takes a lot. I think I might just have to risk my Colossal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to risk my Colossal. I'm gonna just get rocks up. Yeah, I'll get rocks up. He is Earthquake. Okay, that sucks. I was banking on him not having it. But I got a crit. He gets a crit. I don't think that's gonna matter realistically. I'm not defensive. Oh, actually, if he's not invested at all, that crit does matter because I do live that. You know, typical Galadite season so far going. Okay, that kind of sucks. Admittedly, the fact that he got crit there really sucks. I would have liked the rocks up. Now that I think about it, this season, I've tried getting up rocks twice, and both times it just hasn't happened. Anyway, I think I'm going Quackable here. Maybe Bax, but with Scizor being around, that's kind of an issue. I definitely Aqua Step this time if I go into the Quackable. Yeah, I definitely Aqua Step. Yeah, let me go Quackable. I still have a Bax and a whole Salazzle in the bag. I'm really upset I haven't been able to use the Salazzle. In fact, actually, Salazzle would have been great there, now that I think about it. Well, we'll see. I'm just going to Aqua Step here. It should knock this thing out at this range. Quackable, Ursaring, even if you're, like, you gotta be... Yeah, no, I always knock this out. I will Step. Alright, I'm +1/+1. Only issue is that Polt does outspeed me still. But we are actually all of a sudden not in the worst spot ever. What could he do? Tauros doesn't scare me all that much because I have my bulk up still that I can do. I should be faster than it now. That is going to be the Tauros. That kind of inclines me to want to stay in and just bulk up. In fact, I might do that. I might just go for Quackable game here. I might just do it. Because I think it looks really good here. I do need another speed boost for the Polt is the only issue. Let me see if Tauros gets like anything for my just pure water typing. Do you get Wild Charge? You do get Wild Charge. Ends and Headbutt. I'm gonna Terra this and bulk up. Yeah. We're gonna do it. Again, I should be faster than this unless it's Scarfed. It's Intimidate, so it's not Cut You. I ain't falling for that this time. Trailblaze would be a little annoying, but again, I'll be +1 defense, so it won't do too much. They are... Okay, they are Scarfed. That does so much damage. That's not good. I didn't think he'd be Scarfed straight up, not gonna lie. That did so much damage. Why'd that do so much? I think he got high roll again. Do I live? I do live if he's adamant, I think it's a roll. If it's Jolly... If it's adamant, it's a roll. It's Jolly, he never kills me here. Like, ever. 93. The only issue is that Scizor always revenge kills me now. Which sucks a lot. I have no item. So, I think I'm going to Aqua Step into Acro to force the initiative. Yeah, I'm going to Aqua Step, so that it forces the Scizor in. Yeah. Because +2 speed does outspeed everything. He just CCs again. I should live this. I do live on 6 HP. Man, the rules... So in this league, the points, if it's 5 or under, you get a point. I've lived on 6 twice now. That is so annoying. It is incredible. Does a lot of... Oh my goodness. Well, I'm definitely Aqua Stepping again. The only issue is that, again, Scizor always revenge kills me at this point, which is not really cool. That did so much, jeez. And he just attacks off the Tauros. Okay. Well, the good news is I have Bax, and Bax is actually looking pretty decent in this game. So yeah, sorry, I didn't know what to say there. Bax is looking really phenomenal here. The issue is this Scizor. Quackable is definitely dead meat. The only good news is he has to go Scizor and he has to Bullet Punch, because otherwise I kind of just get a kill. So he does do that. Is there merit in keeping my Quackable is the question. I feel like the answer is kind of no. So I'm just going to sack it off. I'll just Aqua Step again. For the off chance he like doesn't have Bullet Punch, yeah, like you're a Scizor, you're going to have it. So that's my Quackable gone. My Bax is like looking very important right now. Scizor does that. I go Salazzle here. Every time. Yeah, I go Salazzle. This Scizor is going to be an issue. I think I Dragapults. You don't stay in here at all. Mesprit I could see being a very, very decent sack for my opponent is the only issue. But I think 2 Dragon Pulses might knock it out anyway. If he goes Moth, it's a good middle ground play. If he goes into the other guy, it's a really good play. I just feel like that's always the play from me, is the Dragon Pulse here. Yeah, I feel like you need this Scizor. Yeah, so you switch out. I feel like he goes Mesprit, which is a good play for him. He goes Ham Sandwich. Oh, please. Oh, please. Come on, Scizor. I mean, Salazzle. I don't even know this. I don't know this calc. I don't know it. But yes, Dragapult's gone. You can't believe it. Oh, that was such a big turn. Let's go. Oh my goodness. I think he knows I'm Specs now. But jeez, that was such a nice turn. We're still not in the clear. That Iron Mall's gonna be an issue. Yeah. Booster probably. Yeah, booster. Quirky Drive. Is it speed or is this Patak? It's Patak. Okay. So I do outspeed this guy. The issue I'm having is that I need my I definitely need my Salazzle is the issue. For the other guy. Can I Fire Punch Can my Grimmsnarl Fire Punch into... What's it called? Fire Punch into Sucker Punch kill Scizor. I feel like it can, but I need to live a Bullet Punch, which I am calc to do if it's not like if it's just. Or do I just sack this and get my damage? I feel like he can't even knock me out in one hit. I think I saved. I think I hit this once and then switch maybe. Mespert's a non-threat. I think I hit this once. Yeah. I'm gonna hit this once. I don't two-shot it, which is an issue. Does a lot of damage, though. You just Sludge Wave, so I definitely live this. Does a lot of damage, jeez. Do I live a Bullet Punch is gonna be determined whether I save this or not. From Scizor. It does 50 at most. I'm at 54. If you're max attack Adamant. The issue is I don't have a switch in, so maybe I don't save this for a win con. Yeah, I think the Grimmsnarl Sucker Punch knocks us out. Okay, so I definitely get knocked out by this. Okay, let me think about this. Iron Moth. You guys Spatak, he's like Omega boosted Spatak wise. Grimmsnarl. My Sucker Punch should knock this out. And I don't care if Scizor comes out all that much. Because then I Fire Punch into the sucker. Yeah, my mom doesn't. My Bax doesn't even live the. It might live the hit. But I don't want to risk that, so I'm gonna go Grim. I have to rely on Sucker Punch straight up. That's what I have to do. If he has Morning Sun, I kind of lose. I don't think Will-O-Wisp matters as much because I think a burnt Sucker Punch still's fine. I have the Sucker, right? I have to do it. I do it? I think he gets knocked out. Okay, that's good. Okay. That threat's gone. If Mesprit comes out, I'm switching. If Scizor comes out, I'm Fire Punching. Because if I can get a Fire Punch of this, I think I'm golden. Scizor. I just kind of wish I knew the Scizor's item. Obviously, I have Frisk on the set, but that's... Because an absolute max attack Adamant Bullet Punch never KOs... It never KOs my Grim. And Fire Punch, max HP has a 18% chance to. And then... I guess I'm not faster, though, so Bullet Punch would always outpace me. That's gonna be tough. I think my series of plays are pretty much set. If he's like boosting at him, then I'm pretty sure I lose on Scizor anyway. But we'll see. Or Akaberry. Akaberry would be like kind of the killing blow. So he's gonna go into the Scizor. I have to stay in and I have to Fire Punch. I don't see any other play here. He's gonna U-turn. And that is another critical hit. I don't think that one's going to matter as much, but that's really annoying. Really smart play, actually. That was a really smart play. Because I think I lose now. I definitely lose now. Fire Punch just won't do all that much. I sort of wish... This is the part where I wish I had Prankster, because I would Parting Shot here. Yeah, I definitely lose. I'm Leftovers. I think a Sucker knocks us out, but it doesn't matter. I don't think. I think I just lose. Yeah, just lose the game. I'll just Fire Punch though for the off chance he doesn't do it to me. Yeah, he just does it. Yeah, finally. I thought a part of me wanted to save the Salazzle, but I like the Sucker Punch play a lot because of the I just didn't think of the U-turn straight up. You know, it's a good play. I wasn't thinking of it. Yeah, we definitely lose here. Oh, he got rocks back up. I forgot. Okay, well, again, doesn't matter. I will EQ here, and that will be the game. GG's to Q. Again, Q's one of the homies. I really appreciate him. He makes really good content. That just kills. And that's gonna wrap it up. He was actually banded. I think he was banded because I'm supposed to live that bullet punch. It's good to know. You know, I would have died to the bullet punch anyway, I think. But hopefully you go check him out. And we'll be moving on to next week. Woohoo! Very excited. And hopefully I'll see you guys there. Bye.